welcome to today's TNT Live with 420 Jim. This 8 o'clock one is a new one to me. So, I wasn't quite ready for it this morning. Let me shut my door and cut the sun off a little bit. That's better. That's better. Get rid of the glare of the sun. For those that don't know me or about me or anything, that's cool. I'm just an old hippie, 66 years old. And for the last 10 years, I've been making headlines across the country, driving the cannabis and now the cannabago, fighting for everyone's rights to cannabis and hemp. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. In Texas, you're going backwards. Oh my God, Texas, you're going backwards. You got idiots, a sheriff, senator, you got idiots in Texas right now, harping all over trying to take away the Delta and the THC products. They're idiots. They don't know nothing about cannabis. They're spreading propaganda and lies. It's Reefer Madness 2.0. That's coming out of Texas. I want to say the senator's name's like George Perry or something like that. I'm probably wrong on the name, but a true idiot. The idiots doing this, they really need an education. I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. Pure idiots. I'd like to debate any one of them on one-on-one, and I'll make them look like the idiots they are in a debate. It is so stupid. This is one I found this morning. It's just so damn stupid. It is not funny. Let me set this up. I got to put my Bluetooth on this one. Let me show you one that's so damn funny that it's crazy. This is the stupid propaganda that Texas is now putting out. Nothing but lies, reefer madness.
Is the only way to solve this problem. It's taken us a number of years to realize the impact of the K2 and the spice, and I have a feeling we're going to realize the same impact.
K2 and spice has nothing to do with cannabis whatsoever. They've called it synthetic marijuana just so they can do this bullshit reefer madness stuff. Okay? Spice and K2 and whatnot has never ever been anything to do with cannabis. It's potpourri sprayed with bug chemicals like Raid and stuff. But yet these liars keep saying that it's connected to cannabis.
Doctors mentioning, since we're dealing with such high levels of THC. SB3 is a great step forward in returning Texas to our pre-hemp anti-marijuana enforcement posture. And I think it's important for me to also say that the sheriffs of Texas completely support any expansion that you may do to the CUP program of the THC.
All I know is if the sheriff agrees with this, he's nothing but an uneducated idiot in the state of Texas. This is reefer madness at its finest. Just plain stupid, nothing but lies coming out of this guy's mouth. And he's the sheriff. It says right down here, meet the sheriff. Look what, right here, meet the sheriff. Listen what kind of idiot this sheriff is.
Is the only way to solve this problem. It's taken us a number of years to realize the impact of the K2 and the spice, and I have a feeling we're going to realize the same impact that the doctor's mentioning, since we're dealing with such high levels of THC. SB3.
They're not dealing with high levels of THC. They're talking about 0.3 or less. They're trying to get rid of all the Delta products and stuff. This is nothing but more reefer madness bullshit. Texas, I tried to warn y'all 5 years ago about this, but y'all really didn't care about what I was saying, and look where you're at now. Look at this bullshit.
Advisor to Texas Original Compassionate Cultivation. People that are chronically using cannabis, and there's weight gain from just eating a lot, memory.
Right there. I mean, what's wrong with that? Weight gain. Cheeseburgers does that. But he's so full of shit. I quit smoking and put on a couple of tobacco and put on a couple pounds. But hey, I'm 420 Jim. Okay, you can smoke my ashes when I die and get high. You know, I probably smoke as much weed as Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg. And this is nothing but propaganda and lies. Nothing but propaganda and lies. Let's keep on going.
Issues over time. When people get high, even if they're using it for medicinal purposes, there's still some degree of highness. It can impact memory, it can impact thinking. You might not necessarily be as high as a kite like you sort of think about in some of the movies, but it still has some impact on the way our brains think. Vaping brings very hot substances into the lungs.
Number one, yes, it keeps me from killing people. I've got papers from the New Mexico courts that say that. Yeah, it affects their brains. It puts me in a calm, peaceful mood to where I can deal with all the bullshit in life. Okay? You do that on alcohol and someone's going to get hurt. But cannabis helps. It helps a lot. 100% totally different than what these idiots here say in Texas. This is a big Austin thing to get rid of the Delta products and stuff in Texas. There ain't nothing but idiots there. Texas, you want my help? You want me to come through this year? Get a hold of me. Need a couple sponsors. I tried to warn y'all 5 years ago when y'all went with the criminalization. You was stupid. Decriminalization means, oh yeah, it should be illegal. I'll pay a fine. You can take my pot. The stupidest thing you Texans did was vote in decriminalization. Look what it did to you now. If you'd listened to me years ago when I come through in 18 and 19 making national news there, you would have had pot legal already. But I guess you just, you can't teach some people some things. But let's continue with their Reefer Madness 2.0 bullshit from Texas.
Into the lungs. What we really need to be focusing on is the safety of our patients. I'm looking out for the safety of our patients, of my patients and everybody in this room, quite frankly.
Okay, he says patients. If he's a doctor, he should turn in his credentials and stuff and go hide under a rock. Because if he's saying cannabis is bad, he's a fake doctor, he's stupid, he don't know what he's talking about. This idiot shouldn't be a doctor.
The studies I've seen, especially in Colorado, that you have people that are still high Monday morning that are headed to work. That is a potential.
Okay, what kind of bullshit is this? And you're talking about California from Texas, so you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground there, buddy. And what do you mean people are still high? Bullshit. A high only lasts you a couple hours. Alcohol lasts forever. All these people that get drunk, Sunday night and whatnot, and wake up hangover and go to work, and you're going to pick on pot smokers? You're idiots there in Texas. You got leaders that are nothing but idiots in Texas anymore.
Other neurological disorders at that point.
I mean, in terms of long term, that's impact on relationships, economics.
Is it a precursor to dementia, or do we have a link on that yet, or not?
I believe there's some. I'm not 100% certain on the specific research. I can look at.
To dimensional. And this guy's back. I don't. He's a complete liar and idiot getting paid off.
Totally get back to you if you're interested.
Okay.
I'm the medical advisor to Texas Original Compassionate Cultivation.
The medical advisor. He's an idiot. He's a pure idiot. Cannabis was in the anointing oil. The only thing wrong with cannabis is the fact that we're not allowed to use it. Other than that, this guy's an idiot and a liar. I'll tell him that to his face. He shouldn't be on a medical board whatsoever. And here's another dumbass coming up.
Causing psychosis, permanent brain damage, and death.
I feel like you can honestly hear in her voice that she doesn't even actually believe that shit. I wonder who's paying her to say.
Absolutely. And you know what? I didn't know this was this clip, but I love this guy. He's on TikTok. And I told him, hey, do you know it's in 80% of the world's medicine? I told him about Henry Ford's hemp car. I'll play these couple of clips because it's kind of cool.
this and to act like she feels this way. The only thing giving me psychosis is having to hear this lady get up in front of the whole entire world and spread this old 1930s reefer madness rhetoric, this bullshit that nobody has believed for over 30 years, and to try to state this as if it was ever a fact in the first place.
Causing psychosis, permanent brain damage.
There's a smart kid right there. This is nothing but reefer bullshit. This might be her whole thing here. Oh. Nope, that wasn't it. Doggone it.
Psychosis, permanent brain damage, and death.
You know, I feel like you can honestly hear in her voice that she doesn't even actually...
Nope, wrong one. Anyhow, I made a comment, and this is the one I wanted to see.
Not fight misinformation with more misinformation.
See right here? I put on there prior to the 30s and 80% of all the world's medicine, Henry Ford built a hemp car made out of marijuana and run on marijuana. Well, he went to check it, and he'd tell you that, he didn't like misinformation. Listen to what he says.
Not fight misinformation with more misinformation. It's not misinformation. I just went to Google and typed in, did Henry Ford ever...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It's not misinformation. 420 Jim tells the truth and nothing but the truth.
Try to make a car out of hemp and found out that, yeah, he did. There's a lot of stuff about it. There's this video on YouTube. There's a whole Reddit thread just kind of talking about the pros and cons of it. I mean, I didn't do like a super deep dive into this or anything, but it turns out to be true. It's something that I never knew. I mean, I've known for years about all the different kinds of uses there are for hemp, but still yet I learn something new every day. Let's not fight misinformation with more misinformation.
And I appreciate that TikTok commentator there, actually doing a little research, which most people won't do. They just believe someone else's bullshit. Thank you very much to that content creator from TikTok that actually took 1 second to check it out. That, 420 Jim speaks the truth. And that's all I'm here to do. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. That's me. Take a look at that motorhome. Take a good look at that motorhome right now. That was called the Cannabis 2. CANNABUS number 2. And down here it says that it's owned and ran by 420 Jim. The funny thing about that is that's my legal name. July 8th of 2019, the judge in Tennessee declared my legal name to be 420 Jim. Why I wanted you to take a good look at that picture is this is how she looks now. Brand new paint job. I can get another 50,000 signatures on here while I'm out this year. Come the first week of April, I'll be leaving Arizona here, headed to Florida and D.C. You can sign the petition at 420jim.com. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. Nobody. And you can help me spread that word. You can help our fellow cannabis prisoners that are in jail. I don't care if you like Trump or not. That's who we have to ask. That's the boss. Him and Congress. So, please sign the petition. Everybody needs a little Jesus. And that's the way you correctly spell my name. My first name is 4, F-O-U-R. The middle is 20, T-W-E-N-T-Y. And the last name is Jim. This is my mobile billboard that I have traveled since 2017 in, crisscrossing the United States, coast to coast. If you'd like to be part of it, send a little donation. I'll put a decal on here for you. If you're a business or something, want to be a sponsor, I've got windows. It'll be the first week of April that I'd like to hit the road. But, if you got a message, a company or something you want to advertise, here you go. Help with the mission. You get 7 miles to the gallon. It's a long way to fight coast to coast, for our rights. I personally will put in $1,000 a month to keep it on the road. Will you consider putting a couple dollars in to keep it on the road, I know times are rough for everybody right now and hard, but just think how hard and rough it is for me. And I spend every penny I have to try and get our cannabis prisoners free. So I'm not asking much from others. If you got $1 or $2 you can throw at my GoFundMe or Cash App or something, that would be great. Right now, I'm approximately $1,000 short of hitting the road. Now, I'll be able to hit the road, but I won't have no fuel, no nothing to. So if I get the help I need to get back on the road, then I can carry it from there. Once I get back on the road, I can carry the mission along the rest of the year. I had eye surgery, and that's why I don't have the funds to put it out and start it this year. All the last 10 years, I always worked and got up a couple $1,000s to get the RV on the road for the next year. Well, because of my eye, I couldn't do that this year. It was more important to have the eye surgery and stuff where I couldn't work. I've just now got the clearance from my doctor, and my last doctor's appointment's the 25th on my eye. I had a detached retina. But now I think I'll be cleared and everything. Vision is starting to come back day by day. Colors back. You know, it's getting better and better. Thank the good Lord above. But I wasn't able to work this year. And I'll give you, for instance, Budds Creek Motocross in Maryland, where they do the Pro Nationals. 3 different years, he invited me there to dig the pond and work for a month or so. And I always left with $3,000 or more to start the journey out. 1 year in Fairburn, South Dakota, I worked 39 days straight at a Flying J truck stop, not one day off. Now, they would have gave me one if I asked, but I liked the overtime. And as long as they was willing to pay, I was willing to work. Knoxville, Tennessee. A lot of my followers from Tennessee can tell you 3 or 4 different years. I don't remember. It was 3 or 4. I think it was 4 different years. I stopped there and painted apartments. That's how I got this one. When my first one burnt, a Vietnam vet wanted to donate this one for $1,000, which was super, super, super cheap. I happened to get them apartments I painted, and with the help of another friend, he donated $500. I made enough money to pay the other $500 and the bus ticket and the fuel to get it back. So I always try and do my part. I hate asking people for things, but this year I'm stuck. To get out on the road and be safe and know that we're going to make the whole journey, I'm short about $1,000. Half of it is a generator. If I had a generator, I'd be saying, hey, I only need $500, because I do need to get her ready. It needs an oil change. It needs plugs and wires and a rotor cap. It needs to be ready to go on a few 1,000-mile journey. I need to pay the insurance and the towing and all. So all that can be done for $500 or less. So the biggest thing is a generator. Normally I'm on Facebook. Facebook took down the fact that you can save your lives. They won't let you save your live broadcast no more. So I come to YouTube, and I hope to build this, but that's what I do. For those that don't know, I make headlines across the United States trying to get our cannabis prisoners out of jail. That would be me. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. I'll show you this, and some will say, oh, that's fake. I guarantee you it's not fake. That is my legal name, 420 Jim. Jim's on top. That's a legal driver's license. That is my name, 420 Jim. And here, look at this. This is a letter from the United States Senator. Okay? March 5th, 2025. Who's it addressed to? 420 Jim. Dear 4. So, for the naysayers, yeah. Morning, Mr. Sean. How are you doing, sir? Now, here's someone that just showed up that has known about me since 2014, when Trooper Roach and Sergeant Hash the West Virginia State Police decided to do an illegal search in a Walmart parking lot. True story. Mr. John can tell you that. That is absolutely a true story. And that's why you should subscribe and follow me on YouTube, because good Lord willing, I'll be on the road next month doing this all again, you know. And whenever a cop pulls me over, I'll go live on YouTube. And you'll see, you know, if a cop is stupid enough to come up to me and ask me if I'm carrying marijuana, you're going to, on video, see me and hear me ask him, are you carrying donuts? And that's just the way I am. You know, if they're good, I'm good. If they're bad, I'm bad. You know, an officer don't have the right to even talk to you unless they suspect you of a crime. And they're so used to getting away with it and whatnot, and people letting them. But I don't. I put them on camera, and you either see the title "Good Cop, Attaboy," or you'll see the title "Bad Cop, No Donuts." I've had the best of the best and the worst of the worst on this journey. Yeah, but they did cut my I got a gash on my right knee where he yanked me out of the vehicle. He cut my jeans, a hole in my knee that I hit the ground. But Walmart gave me a new pair of jeans and 2 new cameras to replace the cameras they broke. And Walmart didn't have to do that. That was just nice of Walmart to do that. No, you're wrong. You're wrong, RAK. Everybody uses the word marijuana. You're absolutely stupid in that comment. I am sorry. You're absolutely stupid in that comment. No. And the one that started the name marijuana, you act like you know so much. You say only cops say marijuana. Who's the person that started the word marijuana? I mean, you're so educated and want to state that on my platform, which I say is a total lie. Who started the word marijuana there, Mr. Smarty? You want to come on here and try and teach things on my platform? Well, tell me, who started the word marijuana? Where did the word marijuana come from? Go ahead and type your answer while I take a hit. Because you're fixing to be educated. Now, a lot of cops do use the word marijuana, but not only cops. That's where you made the stupid statement, okay? Not trying to call you stupid, but that is one of the stupidest statements that I've ever read. Now, you ready for an education? Marijuana is a totally different plant. Has nothing to do with cannabis or hemp. It grows down in southern Mexico. It's known as loco weed. Like I say, it is not cannabis. It is not hemp. Never has been. But we had one asshole back in the day that owned 21 newspapers. And you know how Trump yells, fake news, fake news, fake news. He won't yell the real word because they want to change history and make people forget. What Mr. Trump should be yelling nowadays is what it was really called. Yellow journalism, yellow journalism. That's what fake news really is. And go to Google, if you don't believe me, and say, who started yellow journalism? It's going to tell you what yellow journalism is, and it's going to tell you that William Randolph Hearst, William Randolph Hearst, named cannabis marijuana. Yeah. Now, why would an idiot do that? Because he tried to get rid of hemp years before, and nobody would let him. But he heard of this plant called marijuana that grew in Mexico. That's spelt with an H, not a J, by the way. And he brought that propaganda here with his yellow journalism and his 21 newspapers and lied to the American public and everybody and said them filthy Mexicans have brought their marijuana. They've given it to the blacks. The blacks are raping our white women. Oh, my God. And reefer madness and stuff come about, right? Where people started calling it marijuana, right? So, yeah, one liar, one idiot on this planet named William Randolph Hearst that tagged the name marijuana to it. And with his 21 newspapers and all this, as Trump says, fake news, which is yellow journalism, they put on this propaganda campaign to full American stuff. Now, back in them days, you might be that stupid. But my first question would be to that idiot right now. If William Randolph Hearst was alive here right now, and he made that statement that the Mexicans brought it to the blacks, he did that to make it racial. And that's what all you people don't understand. If you'd get over this racial bullshit and realize we're human beings on planet Earth, it'd be a lot better planet. There's no such thing as black, white, red, yellow, or blue. Human beings, planet Earth. But if he is to come out with this bullshit that he did back in the 30s, he'd be laughed right out of the social platform, everything. His big deal was, and you go search all this you want, he said them filthy Mexicans brought it and gave it to blacks. Okay? Well, who the hell gave it to George Washington and Thomas Jefferson? The aliens? What do you mean they brought the filthy Mexicans brought the marijuana, cannabis, hemp have been in the United States ever since creation. No damn Mexican or nothing brought it here. Go to Google and ask what Abraham Lincoln's favorite 2 things to do on his front porch. I did this to a sheriff. He said, "You're going to tell me smoke marijuana, aren't you?" I said, "Nope, not all. Google will." All bullshit. He went, grabbed his phone, and he asked it. And you can do this too. Go to Google and, what was Abraham Lincoln's favorite thing to do? It's going to tell you, smoke his pipe full of not hemp, but sweet hemp. He uses the word sweet hemp and play his harmonica. Thomas Jefferson and George Washington traded seeds together. What the hell do you mean them filthy Mexicans years later brought marijuana? It's all a lie. Every bit of it's a lie. The word marijuana is a lie. In Hebrew, it's called cannabism. Yeah. And you want something to knock your damn socks off? Go to the Hebrew Bible, wrote before the King James. Look up Exodus 30:23, where it says the anointing oil ingredients. Checkmate. Cannabism cost 250 shekels and was in the anointing oil. True story. So don't tell me about only cops say marijuana, trying to implicate that I'm a cop or something. Hey, I'm the farthest from ever being a cop, but I'll tell you the damn truth, that's for sure. And people like you that make statements like that, my friend, you need an education. Although a lot of cops do use the word marijuana, but not only cops. You know how many idiots I meet in a day that call it marijuana? Quite a few. But see, I use that to my advantage too, because let me show you what I got on my vehicle when it comes to that. Now, first of all, for those that haven't seen it yet, this is what my vehicle used to look like. It just got a new paint job 2 months ago, but it used to look like this. This is back in 2020. But I've always hated the name marijuana because I know it's not marijuana. So what did I do? I did this. Oh, by the way, I give you the cannabis, or the cannabago, I'm sorry. Used to be the cannabis. This year, I renamed it to the cannabago. Look at this cross. You see how this makes a cross within a cross? How the L plays in the word alcohol and kills? Isn't that beautiful? Take away the green. Just the lettering makes a cross, does it not? Pretty cool, huh? Jesus saves, it don't quite make the cross, but that's cool. Cannabis, the real word for marijuana. Oh, damn, look, it makes a cross too. The A, isn't that cool? Let me show you one cooler, because William Randolph Hearst had to name it marijuana. Oh, look at that. The same A, Marijuana Hills. Yeah. So, my friend, I hope you got a little education there. And please don't say that only cops call cannabis, hemp, Mary Jane, whatever, marijuana, because that's a lie. And, somebody believe you, and there's some innocent person talking about marijuana, you're going to give them the belief that that person's a cop or something. And that's totally wrong. Totally wrong. So anybody else got a worthless statement like that? Only cop says marijuana. I tell you, I don't like to use that word, but 420 Jim will teach you. And yes, that is my legal name. So, you want to know something about marijuana and get the truth? You come talk to 420 Jim. I don't know everything. And 90% of my teaching comes out of the book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes. But I can back up everything I say to y'all. Everything I say. I'm normally on Facebook, but Facebook did away with their keeping our lives up. You can't save the lives no more. So I decided to move them over here to YouTube. And if people want to follow, subscribe, and whatever, we keep them here on YouTube at 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Because I'm out in the Arizona area right now. In April, when I hit the road and start heading east, I may arrange the times a little bit different as we go along. Hey, they said there's 9 of you in here. My legal name is 420 Jim. I'm a cannabis advocate. March 1st of 2014, I hit the road making headlines like that. This is my last year tour. I did take this previous year off to have eye surgery. So, April, I'm going to get on the road and make one last go around. And nobody belongs in jail for weed, man. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. I don't care if they had 10 ton and gave it to the Pope. It's time to stop the lies and stuff. If people are in jail under federal and state state charges, the marijuana part needs to go away. Now, if they were in there for something else, a gun, cocaine, whatever, okay, serve your time. But with all that they've done and all the money our government and all the lies our government has told, Trump and all of them, every one of them are not the liars when it comes to cannabis and hemp. To keep it a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. But you don't believe me, you just Google that right now. You know, they over the last 10 years that I've been fighting, I've heard all these politicians saying they're going to declassify it out of a class 1. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They are nothing but liars. Every one of them. Trump included, when it comes to cannabis. They're nothing but liars. But Trump did do the most for us when he let hemp products be sold under federal law. But see, Biden's been the worst because he's made people think that he released federal prisoners. No, he didn't. He said for simple possession. You don't do federal time for simple possession. I could be wrong on that, but I've never heard of anybody being in federal for simple possession of marijuana. So he really didn't do nothing except run that mouth of his. And a lot of people keep trying to tell me it's not a class 1. Bullshit. It is a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. What do you mean junkie? No, I'm not a drug addict like you. Evidently, you know what junkies are. No, I don't do needle, none of that stuff. That's a junkie, my friend. That's a junkie. No, I would be a cannabis advocate fighting to get our cannabis prisoners out of jail. And you show your intelligence when you come against someone like me, calling me a junkie. But you do you, I do me. There's a man up above. If you ask him, he will save you, and then you'll meet the Father. But yeah, that's kind of like the other stupid remark up there that only cops say marijuana. Bullshit. Bullshit. More bullshit. Like people will say, you're a cocksucker, or you're gay or something to me. And you know what I love to do? Besides tell them you're wrong, I love to show them this tattoo. It's a moon eating a girl out. It's not a moon puffing on a guy, you know. So people lie all the time. You probably won't believe that my name is 420 Jim. So there, let me show you my driver's license. First name 4, middle name 20, last name Jim. Yeah, true story. Matter of fact, would you believe a United States Senator, March 5th of this year, sent 420 Jim a letter? Yeah, that comes straight from Washington, D.C. So I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. Y'all want to come on and talk bullshit on my channel? I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. So, junkies, they're all over the place. But, it's easy to call someone something and then not back it up. So easy. Don't mind me. I've got to put a drop of ooze in my eye. I had eye surgery a couple weeks ago again, and woohoo! Last week of putting drops in the eye. Well, anybody have any questions? You're more than free. You're please ask, post, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm just going to fire up another hit and sit here and do a little wake and bake this morning. And then I'm going to go out and proceed to work on the Cannabago and get it ready for the trip. This weekend, I'm going to set up near the Phoenix, Arizona area and let people come by and tell them about the petition, hopefully get them to sign it, and let them tag the motorhome. What I am going to do here after this live is post in my neighborhood here, the little town I'm in, that anybody that wants to come by between now and Thursday night, they can come and get a marker and write on the RV if they want. I want the people in my town to be the first ones to tag it. And what I mean by that is I let people take a marker, a permanent marker, and write whatever they want on the body of the motorhome. It's pretty cool. A person wrote a poem one day they put in the newspaper in Emporia, Kansas. And the poem says, I was here, but now I'm not. I went somewhere to smoke some pot. I left my name to prove a point. Life's a bitch without a joint. When I seen that get put in the newspaper, that was cool. That was cool. Another headline in Emporia, Kansas, it read, you can't spell healthcare without THC. That's a true story. You can't spell pharmacy without harm. So, I have people say, oh, you ain't done nothing. Buddy, for 10 years, I've done the same thing I always do. I get people's attention, whether they like it or not. When I come to your town and I put them dozen flags up and I step out and say, hey, what's going on? I got you and your town's attention. And that's what it's all about, a mobile billboard. I can't make nobody sign the petition. It's only up to you, whether you think someone belongs in jail for weed or not, whether you want to help them get out. Every day people tell me they're going to sign the petition. They don't. Why they blow smoke up my ass, I don't care. I don't blow smoke up no one's ass. Do what you say you're going to do. But they'd rather tag the motorhome, which isn't a valid, does nothing for the petition. But it is what it is. I'm not going to give up. Well, this will be my last year on the road. I didn't get to finish my tour last year because I was assaulted in Topeka, Kansas, and then I had my eye retina detached. Between the combination of both of them things, I couldn't see good to protect myself or nothing. I went ahead and got off the road to have my eye done. Now my eye's done, and April we'll be back on the road and finish my farewell tour. Hey, and on your comment about Junkie uses needles. I use my old stoner can. Now, I do have pipes, but see, these things get nasty, really nasty. And I don't like cleaning them with chemicals and stuff because they get even nastier. Me, these things, they break when you drop them. They got their good and bad points. But I don't carry paraphernalia, so when I leave states where it's legal, like here, my pipes and stuff, they will stay with my family. My family lives here in Phoenix. When I hit the road, I won't have no paraphernalia on me. I've been through 2 illegal searches, and of course, they never find nothing. This year, I'll probably sue any police department that does an illegal search because, that shit's in the past. I'll let that go both times it happened. but will not again. But that was back in 2014 when that happened. But I don't carry nothing illegal. I never will. And I've always loved the can because, after a week or whatever smoking, depending on how much smoking you do, it starts to taste nasty like the pipe does. And you just crush it up, throw it away, and make another one. Didn't cost you $2, $3, $5, whatever. So yes, I like smoking from a can. Some people, they prefer bongs. I don't. Well, I guess if there's no questions or comments, we can just sit here and stare at each other. Say, hey, how you doing? It's real nice to see you come in this morning, Mr. Sean. Hopefully a lot of my other Facebook people will catch on and come over here. If not, oh well. Their loss, not mine. Waiting to see if old girl shows up this morning. Hey, Debs, Debs, how you doing? How you doing? And please, people, if you would, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. Whatever your opinion is. Leave a comment, good, bad, or indifferent, and if you make something stupid, I'm going to educate you back or set you straight, like the one that says only cops call it marijuana. That's bullshit. Or someone to call me a junkie, When I think of junkie, I think of somebody using needles and, stuff like that. And see, that's what's wrong with this world. All these people that try and judge you and don't know nothing about you. Nothing at all. Like a couple of trolls I've got. They know about me. They know all, but they won't tell the truth. They make up all these lies and stuff to try and aggravate people. And they were supposed to be cannabis advocates. My worst problem in this whole 10-year mission, making headlines and stuff, my worst problems, 100%, were other cannabis advocates. They felt that I was stepping on their toes, or they wanted to be more important. They wanted to do this. That's been my whole worst problem on this whole 10-year thing. Other so-called marijuana advocates. Now, I met one totally different. As far as I'm concerned, Stacy's thesis, very good. And anybody that tries to twist it and say I'm talking about Stacy, no. Stacy is one of the good ones. I've had no problem with Stacy's thesis, and I hope she had no problem with me. I would say she's one of the better marijuana advocates that I've met in my journey. And I met her when I first come out. But people like Bill Levin in the First Church of Cannabis, Scott Winslow Albert up in Indiana, the Con Father in Rochester, New Hampshire. Yeah, they tell you how they were or are. They ain't nothing but liars. Where am I from? I'll give you the funny answer first, okay? Don't take this wrong. From my dad. Probably his left nut because I'm not right. Now, jokes all aside. I was born in Ironton, Ohio. First couple of years of my life, we lived in Kentucky. Then my family moved to Florida. I grew up mainly in Florida. After, bouncing around foster homes, this, that, and whatnot, I left Florida when I turned 16 and been on my own since. I went to California. I was emancipated to an adult at almost 17. So ever since I was 16, I've had adult rights and have worked all my life, coast to coast. Oh, you mentioned Kentucky, Kentucky. Hey, I've traveled 37 states. If you just Google me, this is nothing. But I like this one because it declares my name, 420 Jim. This is the first newspaper to ever put my legal name in print. Yeah, true story. And that's where Neil Armstrong grew up. But yeah. Anyhow, out of the 37 states that I've traveled, where do you think the best bud was? And I mean, I was in California all the way to Starks, Maine. Where do you think the best bud was along the journey? I know Mr. Sean can tell you. Yeah, hey, Frankie. Yeah, Alex finally, hey, Mr. Frankie, how you doing? Yeah, Alex finally learned who I was. AI? AI is stupid. AI don't know who I am. But Alexa does. Alexa didn't last month, though. Alexis didn't last month, though, there, Frankie. But yeah, anyway, when I first started out in 2014, I happened to come through Kentucky on my way, to wherever, the capital. And I stopped, I think it was in Ashland or something like that. And a guy came by and like this, he sat and talked with me for 20, 25 minutes. And lives in a mountain. They make moonshine. They don't let nobody on that mountain that, they don't want on it. All kinds of stuff. Just good old country folk talking. And right before he got ready to leave, he said, anybody give you any Kentucky bluegrass? And I'm like, no, sir, that's a strain I ain't heard of yet. He says, I grows it. And I'm like, really? Right on. He walks away and he comes back a minute later with this little nug that OMG, my friend. Yeah, it was every bit as good as Jack Hara, if not better. And so I've had bud coast to coast. And so far, the best bud, now they may be better somewhere, I just haven't found it. The best bud in the last 11 years in this whole journey come from a little old guy in Kentucky that grows it up on the mountain. And he calls it Kentucky bluegrass. What I would do to have a handful of seeds or clones or something from that plant, because that's old school pot. That shit would stick your teeth to your gums where you couldn't talk, and you'd have to be sitting here eating a pizza or something. Yeah, it's not like this genetically modified, grown-in chemical bullshit that's in all these dispensaries now. No, I don't know any wrestlers where. I grew up in Kentucky for a couple of years and went to Florida. This year I've been in Arizona where my family lives getting my eye surgery. I don't follow wrestlers or nothing now. My daughter's mom used to be really big into it, but nah, I wasn't interested. I was out working. I didn't have time to watch Hulk Hogan or Hacksaw Duggan or The Undertaker and stuff. I was out working. Well, people do that everywhere. People do that everywhere. Look, one of the biggest trolls that I have on this whole social media, married his cousin. They don't live in Kentucky. They live in Rochester, New Hampshire. So, there's a few states that the trees don't fork, but that's none of my business. Why it's yours, I don't know. But I do love one thing that Mr. Trump did. Death to pedophiles with children. 2 thumbs up on that one. Anybody that's caught with a child and whatnot like that, yeah. Don't feed them and clothe them and turn them loose and whatnot. You just send them straight to the gas chamber. That is if, it's 100% fact. Now, if there's doubt, just put them in prison until that doubt's one way or another. But if someone's caught messing with a child and 100% caught and whatever, straight to the gallows, we need to stop this bullshit of predators and children and stuff. It just, I'd love to take a bunch of these child predators and line them up in a straight line and set a 50 caliber right in the center of them and see how many a 50 caliber could take out at one time. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get rid of all the pedophilia and all that crap in this world. We do. It's sad. It's sad. It's one thing when they're adults, but when you try and teach it and bring it to our children and stuff, no. And that's why we're in the shape we are in the world now. That's why he's coming real soon. What, taking a 50 caliber and seeing how many would take out? Yeah. I watched this one guy on TikTok. He's from prison and stuff. He's got his own, I forget his name, good guy. Man, he wants to buy wood chippers. Yeah, wood chippers is his solution, which, yeah, I can see that. You know, it might be a little messy, but, you know, feed pedophiles to wood chippers. I could get on board with that. But see, here's what's going to happen, and why I 100% support Trump and his death penalty to the kiddie pedophiles and stuff. Once they start executing a couple of dozen of them, it'll stop. If it don't completely stop, it will slow way down. But see, people don't do nothing. Like drunk driving. Back in the day, there wasn't a whole lot of drunk driving because there was stiff penalties. But now there's people got 6, 7, 8, 9 DUIs. Why the hell don't they get hit with an habitual and get life in prison like Jeff Mazansky did over pot? You know, our system and stuff is so rigged. Oh yeah, I guess you could feed some to your pigs if you happen to own a backhoe and some, you know, large land. There's lots of things you can do with pedophiles. Lots of things. Housing them and giving them free room and board. That's one thing I don't like. If they're a proven pedophile, they should be gone. But that's just my thoughts. Oh, you're absolutely right. We're living in the end days where right is wrong, wrong is right. The veil's lifting, the truth's coming forward. A lot of people, they want to go to church and pay tithes and stuff. They think they're good. They're not. They're going to be going straight to hell like the others. Churches lead so many people to the wrong way. That's why I don't go to the churches and stuff. I've tried, but they celebrate Christmas. Christ wasn't born on December 25th. There's a better chance he was born on April Fool's Day than Christmas Day. Absolute truth there. People, oh, you're crazy. Think about it. He wasn't born in the middle of winter. We know that. He was born closer to the spring. The beginning of life, you know, the beginning of the plants with growth and stuff. So we know damn well he wasn't born in wintertime. So if you were that master deceiver, the great Satan, the fallen angel, the master, I'd be up here, look at all them idiots on earth. The biggest April Fool's joke in the world I created because I took Christ's birthday, April 1st, and made it April Fool's Day. Hey, probably not. Not saying that's true, but there's a better chance that Christ was born on April Fool's than Christmas. A lot better chance. Now, there's no proof, I don't think, one way or the other, whether it was April 1st, 2nd, or, you know, March, this, that, and the other. But it damn sure wasn't at Christmas time. That's a pagan holiday. Your Halloween. You know, why do churches let kids come to their church and celebrate Halloween? Why did they let them come to their church and celebrate Christmas? No. But see, churches aren't where God is. He's within us. Where two or more are gathered, we are the church, not that building. You know, Christ showed that. He went in there and turned up all the tables and stuff, called them house of thieves. So that's why I'm not a man's Christian. I believe in Yahweh and I believe in Yahshua. And I like to hand out these little Yahshua figurines. It brings smiles to people's face. The fact that they won't level with people and tell them that we live on a flat plane like the Bible says. There's four corners. You don't have four corners on a round globe. We're half a round globe because there's the flat earth. There's the firmament dome, which is makes over us. There's an angel in each corner of the earth that's held on pillars. There's ocean above and below. I mean, my own Bible tells me that. My own Bible tells me that. And when I read and study that Bible myself, I see so much more than listening to what someone else reads and teaches what their thought is. Bible stands for basic, okay? Basic instructions before leaving earth. That's why it tells you to study. Read scripture, study on your own. Don't go listen to some preacher just wants your 10% tithes. No. They're going to lead you straight to hell. You're supposed to read that book on your own. You're supposed to seek out his real name. It's not God. It's not Lord. Technically, it's I am. But if you really get into it, it's Yahweh. But to each their own, and everybody in their own religion and all. But I'm just saying, the Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. And you should study it. And what got me into religion, I got baptized last year and all. When I bounced around in foster homes, I didn't care about religion. I went Baptist. I went to all the different ones, the Pentecostal, and, I seen how the people lived in and out of church, and it was just a big fake show and all to me. Well, when I started this marijuana mission back in 2014, I had one green cross on each side of my RV. And, oh, man, I'm all through the Bible Belt. And everybody, how dare you put a cross on there? And what? So I started reading the Bible. And when I found out that marijuana was in the anointing oil, oh, yeah, I started digging deep into the Bible. And then I went to the Hebrew Bible because King James tells me in the anointing oil, there's three basic ingredients. One of them costs 250 shekels. But they used a word, if you look it up, it could be one of 100 different plants or roots. It's just a term for, a bunch of plants or roots. They couldn't pinpoint it. So what do? Like it says, study your Bible. Well, if King James couldn't tell me, maybe the Hebrew could. Because the Hebrew Bible was wrote before the King James Bible. I'll be damned. Go look what the Hebrew Bible tells you. That plant that cost 250 shekels was cannabisum. Yeah, marijuana. The name William Randolph Hearst tagged on the plant. We're not supposed to be smoking it. Shouldn't be putting smoke in our temple. We should be eating the plant. If you don't want to get high, you don't put heat on it. See, everything's been a lie. Everything that you've been taught about cannabis is pretty much a lie. And they don't want to correct these lies. I'll show you something here. When you go to a dispensary, okay? You go to the dispensary and you buy this. It's going to tell you on here THC and how much THC and this, that, and the other. Okay? This is straight out of the dispensary. That's a lie. It's a bald-faced lie. This is no way, shape, or form THC. It's not. They forgot a letter. It's THCA, acid. Cool thing about God's plant here, and by the way, this ain't devil's lettuce. Devil's lettuce has been money and always will be money. But but this little green herb here, it's got a secret. And a lot of people don't know the secret. Some of you do, but a lot don't. And I'm going to prove to you how we've been lied to all along. You get pulled over, your charge is going to be THC, correct? It's not going to say THCA. You're going to be charged with THC. I know. I was arrested for it 11 years ago. 2 counts of sales of THC. They couldn't prove to me what narcotic was in marijuana, so here I am. No prison time or nothing. But see, all this stuff I learned along the way. There's an invisible force field around this plant. That's how cool this plant is. This plant can feed, clothe, heal, everything. All the people. That's how wonderful this plant is. But a lot of people don't know there's a force field around this. And that is not THC. The same thing that we produce in our body at low levels. Everybody produces it, a healthy body. When a lady has breast milk, it's 8 times higher than any other time in her life. What do you think give pain relief and hunger to the fetus? The same chemical in here that they say is a narcotic. Well, check this out. This has still got a force field on it. They lied to me on this package and tell me that it's so much THC. How do they know that? They didn't take the force field down. Now, did they test another bud from this plant? Maybe. So, it may have the right THC content in the end. But this here bud itself, no. This here bud has never been tested. It's straight out of the envelope, and it's THCA, acid. Now, how do you get that force field off? You apply heat. Vaping, it goes across a hot coil. Smoking, you lit it. Butters and cooking, you've heated it up in what you're cooking. That's how you get rid of the invisible force field. Once you heat this up to 250 degrees for 20 minutes or whatever, bam, you destroyed the force field, and you will get the euphoria. Before you do that, it's THCA. Medical's up here and euphoria's down here. But once you apply the heat and unlock that force field, it becomes THC, and only at that point. And the euphoria goes way up here, and the medical's way down here. So we need to stop the lies on it. Yeah. Well, I agree with you. Most religion is plain bullshit and all. And that's why the Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. People say, oh, it's in the Bible and it's true and whatnot. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And see, the Bible tells you this. People say, you can't change the Bible. I'm like, you don't know what the Bible says, do you? Because it says right in the Bible that man can change it. It don't say, man can change this. But if you read the scripture and do a little study and learn it, it sure does. Why would it have the scripture in there that if anybody changes the word in the Bible, the meaning and whatnot, they will be severely punished? Yeah, that's in there. I'm not verbatim word for word. But if you read the Bible, it will tell you anyone that tries to, twist the word and whatnot, they're going to be severely punished and have to answer for it. Well, if it wasn't possible, that wouldn't be in there, right? So, yes, King James, they say that he was part of having his mom beheaded and stuff. Not really a good guy. Not really a good guy. And you'd have to wonder, why did he want to write the Bible? And here's the next thing. I was telling you about how I wasn't real religious growing up in foster homes. And then I put the cross on here. And then I found out about cannabis. Well, the more I dug into it, and I started becoming religious because I put away everything these other people told me. And I started learning and reading scripture and studying and praying on myself. I tried to go to church here a couple of months ago in this new town, and it felt bad every time I went to church. Good people, good sermon, everything, except they celebrate Halloween and Christmas. And I know that's wrong, and I can't be halfway wishy-washy. It's either all in or not. But what broke my eyes open is the book of Enoch. When I learned that they took 13 different chapters out of the Bible, you gotta, why? Why would they do that? I want to know everything about it. Yeah. Go read the book of Enoch or the book of Jubilee. Start studying on them. Get your head out of the Bible you're now. They literally left a dozen chapters out. Go look at them. I always knew that we weren't on a spinning ball hurling through the world and stuff. I've always known that. I've always known that, that they've been giants in the land, There's things that I've always known. But, they dumb you down and make you think not. Well, go read the book of Enoch and it will, open your eyes. It tells you about the Anunnaki. It tells you about the giants, the fallen angel, everything. It tells you the different layers of heaven. And I talk to a lot of Christians nowadays who go to church. As soon as you talk to them about the aliens or fallen angels or Enoch, they try and run away from you. Well, those are the ones that are going to be doomed. They think they know the Lord and everything, but they're not doing what it says. They're not seeking. People don't need false religion for structure or guidance. Now, see, there's a difference. You say religion. Hell, I know people that worship Satan, and that's a religion. So, yeah, people don't need religion for structure. They need the right religion. But there's so many stupid and whatever religions in this world that, yeah, I don't really, yeah. That would be a California comment for sure. That would be a California comment for sure. Mr. Salvage thoughts right on. How you doing? What do you mean, Sandy? What do you mean California refuse? Colorado refuse. What did Colorado refuse? I'm sorry, I missed that one. Or what was that comment supposed to mean? It went over my head. Did I hear the young lady this morning? I got a traveler that wants to go with me. She comes up making noises. Don't knock on my door like a normal person. And then I think I'm hearing things. Let me see if she's here. Nope. I was hearing things. She's not here. But that'll give me a chance to show you what this is all about. If you think people belong in jail for weed, then please scroll on. If you think it's unfair that people are in jail for weed under state and federal guidelines, just weed alone, then please continue. There's a petition you can sign. I'll read these comments when I get back inside. I can't see them out here. You can screenshot and sign that if you want. Can't we all just get a bong? This is a 1987 Winnebago RV I'm going to show you. It's now named the Cannabago. All these signatures, you used to have 30, 40,000 of them all over the body. But because I'm going out on my final tour, I repainted the RV. So people can tag it all over the RV again. You can sign the petition at 420dem.com. And here's the new billboard. Everywhere you see white, people will be able to take a marker and write on it, just like the door there. Oh, that's who I heard. Some people across the way. That's the legal spelling of my name, by the way. Fourtwentyjim. I mentioned earlier about me doing Budge Creek Motocross to keep her on the road. There's the emblems I got from Budge Creek Motocross. Anybody that has a smoke shop, a business, or anything that you want the world to see, get a hold of me. I'll make a window for you, and people can photograph it as I go from Arizona to DC and back. But only do that if you want attention, because this gets a lot of attention. But I have room for 5 or 6 sponsors now. I've just got it repainted. You know, can you imagine your company or smoke shop or something in the back of this? And every time it goes down the highway, everybody's photographing it, getting your company name or whatever. World Peace Smoke Shop was a sponsor for years, but, you know, new paint job and all now. So, anybody that'd like to help sponsor the mission, get a hold of me. I might even be able to make the decals for you. Let me go see up here. I gotta go back and look at a couple of these. You at church? Someone asked me about it at church. We're always at church. Church is in your body, and where 2 or more together, the Father's there. So, yeah, I'm always at church. All of our thoughts, everything we do, we're always at church. But, you know, that's just my belief, and everybody's entitled to their own belief. Oh, I hear you about that dog and pony show. Okay, look at Texas now. Look at Texas now. They're running nothing but solid Reefer Madness 2.0 campaigns. After I finish reading these, I'll show you a couple of them. It's plain stupid. But 5 years ago, I made Lubbock News and Amarillo News. I mean, they're TV news back in 1819. So I've tried my best to fight with Texas. But them idiots wanted to vote into criminalization. Now it's biting them in their ass. They would have had it totally legal if they had listened to me 5 years ago and whatnot, but they wouldn't. And now Texas is trying to take it back. But hang around a minute if you like, and I'll show you the propaganda they just come out with this week. Pure reefer madness bullshit. One comes from an idiot cop that says people are ODing in his jail from THC. How the hell do they get this THC in the jail that you're lying about? People overdosing on. I mean, they make comments that's just plain reefer madness. Oh, where did I put my glasses? There they are. But I'll show you them here in a minute. In the cannabis robe. No, this is a jacket. But hang on. I don't have a robe, but I'll show you my go to court clothes. Lovely. I'm respectful. You call me into court or something, I'll wear my tie. I have no problem wearing a tie. I'll definitely wear my tie. But my suit actually gets a little bit of attention too. So yeah. So, I do kind of dress up for events and court hearings. I got the pants to match. What's up, Bill Jensen? Right on, my friends. Right on. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. That's what this is all about. If you Google my legal name, 420 Jim, you'll see things like this all over the United States. And trust me, I've heard everything. I've been on the road 10 years. I've heard everything, been called everything. And it don't matter to me. It really don't. It don't hurt my feelings or nothing. But when these people keep lying, like, okay, watch, I will show you the things I said about Texas. This is what
information. This is what we gotta. And did Henry Ford ever try to make a car out of?
This is what we gotta stop, because it's going to take over again. Because to this day, marijuana is a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. And you can't have the rights to bear arms and ammunition under federal law. You can look that up. I'm not here to lie to you at all. We need that change, and we need the people out of jail. Now, this first clip that it's set up on, I like. It's going to show a part of the reefer madness. Well, no, this one won't. A guy made a post about this lady in reefer madness and whatnot. And he seemed very educated. I liked what he said. And I sent him a message. You'll see it here. That was my message to this creator, letting him know that 80% of the world's medicine was marijuana, and that Henry Ford made the hemp car that ran on marijuana. Well, this guy, when I made that comment, thought I was bullshitting. Here's his response.
Not fight misinformation with more misinformation. It's not misinformation.
Did you hear that? Misinformation with misinformation. This is not misinformation, he said.
I just went to Google and typed in, did Henry Ford ever try to make a car out of hemp? And found out that, yeah, he did. There's a lot of stuff about it. There's this video on YouTube. There's a whole Reddit thread just kind of talking about the pros and cons of it. I mean, I didn't do like a super deep dive into this or anything, but it turns out to be true. It's something that I never knew. I mean, I've known for years about all the different kinds of uses there are for hemp, but still yet I learned something new every day. Let's not fight misinformation with more.
See? So when my idiot trolls and stuff say you've never done nothing, you don't do nothing, there's a content creator that right there in front of your eyes even posted, wow, this isn't misinformation. This guy knows what he's talking about. Now he dug down a hole and found out that Henry Ford made a hemp car that ran on hemp. And now he's going to dig into more and more and more. You know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now let's go to this propaganda bullshit. This is why I made that one. Hang on. This is why I made that video.
Causing psychosis, permanent brain damage, and death.
You know, I feel like you can honestly hear in her voice that she doesn't even actually believe that shit. I wonder who's paying her to say this and to act like she feels this way. The only thing giving me psychosis is having to hear this lady get up in front of the whole entire world and spread this old 1930s reefer madness rhetoric, this bullshit that nobody has believed for over 30 years, and to try to state this as if it was ever a fact in the first place.
Causing psychosis, permanent...
See, she's nothing but a liar, a paid-off liar by the state of Texas. But that's how I found that guy and why I made the comment. Do you know about the medicine and the Henry Ford card? So, you know, I love that content creator. Good guy. Now, here's the cop, the idiot cop from Austin. Well, one of the first stupid things he's going to say is people are ODing in his jail from THC. How the hell are they getting it in there, buddy? Whoop. Again, the lie campaign Texas is coming out with now.
More and more THC overdoses are occurring in our county jails and hospitals.
How the hell could somebody make a statement like that? That is the stupidest lie I've ever heard in my life.
To express the serious concerns regarding the illegal and open sale of THC products. We all remember the K2, spice, bath salts.
Why do they want to keep throwing that in there? K2, salt, spice, none of that ever had anything to do with cannabis or AKA marijuana. It's freaking potpourri doused in chemicals. But just like they keep beating on black-white racism, it's the same with their war on drugs. Tell the truth, you stupid idiots. Cannabis has nothing to do with K2, spice, or any of that crap. And if people are ODing on it, that's, how they getting it in your stupid jail.
In which we were quickly able to eradicate the retail market due to numerous deaths. These high THC consumables are no different other than they are causing slower, less conspicuous deaths and disabilities.
How come there's absolutely no proof of any of these statements that this idiot cop made? None. Prove to me where these deaths are and stuff, and how it was related to just THC. Now, if these idiots are putting fentanyl or like our government did years ago, paraquat in it or something, yeah. But that's not just plain cannabis. And one of the main reasons that we should be able to grow our own plants and know exactly what's in it and whatnot. If our government and everybody truly cared, they'd let us grow our own.
Plague needs to be addressed at the local level, as it is a prolific problem in every city and every town. Local law enforcement.
How come Austin is the only one, and I've been to Lubbock, I've been all over Texas. How come this idiot speaks for the whole state of Texas, all the cities and towns, and so far, they're the only ones that is putting this bullshit out there?
Needs a definitive statute that allows our departments to make arrests and seizures without the need to test products.
Oh, there it is. They're looking to be able to arrest and seize and everything without testing the product. This guy needs to be thrown out of his job. You know, that's flat, just taking away the law and everything, and he's supposed to support the law.
Need your help in protecting our communities and urge you to support Senate Bill 3. More and more
This is all. I ask y'all support your community and vote this idiot out of your police department. He's nothing but a liar. And we don't need liars with a badge. Here's another good one.
advisor to Texas Original Compassionate Cultivation. People that are chronically using cannabis, and there's weight gain from just eating a lot, memory issues over time. When people get high, even if they're using it for medicinal purposes, there's still some degree of highness. It can impact memory, it can impact thinking. You might not necessarily be as high as a kite like you sort of think about in some of the movies, but it still has some impact on the way our brains think. Vaping brings very hot.
That's true. I think very intelligently. I think clearly and all, yes. But the bullshit that he's putting, no.
Substances into the lungs. What we really need to be focusing on is the safety of our patients. I'm looking out for the safety of our patients, of my patients, and everybody in this room, quite frankly.
He's a lying sack of shit that's propaganda for pharmacy and stuff. Here's a couple of facts. Write down the word healthcare. You can't spell healthcare without THC. Now write down the word pharmacy. You can't spell pharmacy without the word harm. I trust the man above. I don't trust these idiots that are trying to run everybody's lives. Right off the bat, they think everybody's smoking pot. It wouldn't make a difference whether they were or not. But not everybody is smoking pot. Not everybody smokes pot to get high. There's thousands of studies showing how beneficial it is. Look at all these states selling it as medicine. Yet our government keeps it a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. How can we let them do that? Isn't that the biggest oxymoron you ever had? Under federal law, we're not allowed to have it because there's no medical value. But yet you have all these states selling it, not just recreational, but as medical marijuana. When do we stop the lies? When you stand up and put your name on my petition and we get it to Mr. Trump and say enough's enough. Time to let our federal prisoners out, our state prisoners out, and get it out of the class 1 and class 2 narcotic. Because all this good law-abiding citizens don't want to lose our rights federally to bear arms and ammunition. Even if you hate Trump, that's who we have to ask. Everybody needs to sign that petition and get someone else to sign it. I'm telling you, if we keep going backwards like Texas is, they're going to take it away. Tomorrow or today, an order could be signed. It don't even have to be an order. I don't think Mr. Trump would do it, but all Mr. Trump's got to do is say, go get them, feds, and it's all over with. Yeah, because no law has been wrote protecting us yet. It's still a class 1 narcotic. The only thing saving us from feds kicking in doors and taking the dispensaries and you down is the president of the United States that's asked them to stand down. That's still in effect. That could end. I don't think Mr. Trump would end it, but who knows who's going to do what? Something happened to Trump, somebody else getting there? Yeah. I was so scared the whole time Biden was in office that he was going to pull some bullshit like that. Thankfully, he didn't. But every one of them, Obama, Trump, Biden, all of them have said that they're, this is the time to put it to them. Put that signature on that petition and get a friend to put their signature on it. We'll take it and we'll get this done. Hey, if you get me them signatures and it don't happen, I'll come back and apologize. Y'all say, do whatever you want. Okay? But until you put your signature and get a friend to sign it, well, you really ain't got much say-so in it because you're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. Oh, hey! Not only drones. That's a good one now. But prison guards and stuff don't make that much money. Yeah, they don't. And money talks. Money talks. I hear now there was a guy I was listening to yesterday that they're making that K2 shit that they used to put on potpourri. That they're doing it on a sheet of paper. because that's all it is potpourri or lawn trimmings or whatever sprayed with a chemical. Well, now they're spraying paper with a chemical, and they can cut it up and make 500 hits off of one little sheet of paper. And then they sell it, in the jails for $5 commissary or this, that, and the other per hit. They've got a real bad thing going on with what I understand with the synthetic drugs and stuff. And, that's a shame and all. But a lot of it gets in, through bad officers, through the mail, like you say, drones. But the workforce, people that go out and do the lawn trimming and this, that, and the other. They know how to hide stuff and bring it in jail. I mean, I've never done prison time or nothing, but I've been in the county jail for a few days, and people on the lawn crew would sneak in and have cigarette butts, and they'd tear them apart and roll them up and sell them and stuff. So people get them in there. Oh, yeah. Well, and nowadays they're getting cell phones in and everything else, Yeah. I mean, some of them people that's in prison, they got lots of money and stuff, and they can get pretty much anything they want. What's the W, Rufus? There's no magic number. There's no magic number. You would have to ask Mr. Trump. You'd have to ask Mr. Trump. Here's how a petition works. And this comes straight from a guy that his whole family's life was changed over a petition. You can Google this. Just do a little search. Okay? I was coming through in 2014, Missouri, for the first time. Only the good Lord above knows why I pulled into the Walmart in Sedalia, Missouri to get T-shirts. I could have stopped the town before, the town after, whatever. Okay? I stop at that Walmart to get some T-shirts because I'm going to make some T-shirts. I come out, and I kid you not, there's at least a dozen people waiting around the motorhome, taking pictures and talking amongst themselves to see who the hell was driving it. As I'm getting out there, people are starting to say, "Are you here for Jeff? Are you here for Jeff?" And I'm like, "Jeff who?" I'm doing a petition to get Mr. Obama to, legalize marijuana for everybody and release our prisoners and all. And they're like, "Well, are you here for Jeff?" And once again, I'm like, "Who the heck's Jeff?" And come to find out, he's the only guy in Missouri to ever get life without parole for marijuana. I'll read these comments and then I'll come back to this. My goal this year, go to Florida, go to D.C., go every state I can, tell people about the petition. I can't make them sign it. But you know what? I can prove I went from here all the way around the country again, asking people to do it. And if people want to blame me because the people didn't sign it, which they do every year, that's cool. But I did what I said I was going to do. And I came and I talked and I tried to. Now, because people blow smoke up my ass and say they're going to sign it and don't, you'd have to ask them why they don't. You know what I mean? And if you want to blame it on me, people can blame it on me. I've got broad shoulders. Hang on, let me. Damn, that's a shame. So, yeah. Jeb Mazansky, if you look it up, got life without parole for marijuana. It was the 3 strikes, you're outlaw. See, I didn't know nothing about this. This was in 2014. I was just learning. So, of course, I'm going to stay in that town a couple of days. And when I did, I met his whole family, his son and everything. His son had a bar at the time, and I did a tribute at his bar and left a shirt for if his dad ever got out of jail. They told me about this petition. And years ago on Facebook, there was a petition. And it was famous all over Facebook. And it had a couple people's stories. Like, this guy killed babies. This lady did this and this and this. And, 10 years, 5 years, life without parole for weed. That was one of their big campaign things. I take his petition when I leave town and blow it up and put it on both sides of the motorhome and all the way to Washington, D.C. and in my travels until he got out of prison. I told people about that petition and asked people to sign that petition for his family and stuff. Well, guess what? Governor Nixon, a year and a half or so later, granted him life with parole. So he went from life without parole. And when he got caught the last time, he had 3 grams of marijuana. 3 grams of marijuana put him in there. And he did 20 years before all this happened. And he got life with parole. Hey, hang on a minute. They granted him parole. Whoa, hang on a minute. They released him from parole. And he became a free man. And me and him, over a couple years, every time I come to Missouri, we'd hook up together, go out and do the petition. Him for Missouri, me for the United States. But, the good Lord dropping me in there and put me in that whole story and that whole scenario and all. So when I finally met Jeff and we got together, I asked him, I said, what was the key? Why did he said Governor Nixon didn't want to let him out. And I'm like, well, you got out. And he's, yeah, but the petition got so big. That's the key. That's the number. The petition got so big, everywhere Governor Nixon went, the reporters would ask him, have you made a decision about Jeff? He couldn't go to a ribbon cutting ceremony, a dinner, or nothing without at least someone saying, have you made a decision about Jeff? So finally, with that petition big enough and everybody asked, he had to make a decision. That's what we need to do with Trump and Congress. Make that petition so big. Who cares what number it is? It's not enough numbers if you and your friend is not on it. That I can tell you. Once you and your friend gets on it, and them and their friend gets on it, they will be enough. So we don't need to worry about what's that magic number. Only Trump and Congress know that magic number. But if we put the number up there, the people that really, really, really want this to happen, it can happen. It can happen easily. But, if I was Mr. Trump, and there's a guy going all around the country trying to get people to say whether they want it or not, and he don't have but a couple thousand signatures, well, why am I going to pay attention to him? But if he's got a couple 100,000 signatures, well, I'm going to have to start paying attention to him because it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, And that's why I'm taking this last year to go on the road, because I know if I just sat and write a petition like I did now when Trump went in office, I think I got 96 signatures. It may have went up 1 or 2 today. I don't know. But I'm happy. I got 100 signatures because I'm not even on the road. I shouldn't have to go on the road. I should be able to just do it on social media. But because I got a couple idiot trolls that report all my TikToks and stuff, I can't. So I'm going to give it 1 more year on the road. And this year, I'm also going to hand out these little figurines because everybody needs a little Jesus. In my opinion. On the cannabis, I've done 4. And I had to. I had to. Because every time a new Congress or new president is voted in, which every 4 years we do, you got to get rid of that petition. Unless it's the same president and stuff. But that ain't happened. My first petition was Mr. Obama. Second petition was Mr. Trump. Third petition was Let's Go Brandon. Fourth petition, Trump. And, I tell people, I'm not like these other places. It's, sign my petition one. I tell people, sign every petition you believe in. Every petition you believe in, you should be signing. If you don't believe in the petition, you shouldn't be signing it. You got people that make all kinds of money going around collecting signatures for petitions. That's why people are against petitions. That person don't give a shit about that petition. All they want is that dollar for every signature they get. Me, I don't make 1 penny on anybody's signature, and I don't want 1 penny. I do this because it's in my heart. The good Lord put me on the road to do it. Been on the road 10 years. I've been nothing but blessed by the good Lord. One RV caught on fire. He gave me another one. I had a big ordeal at Awesome Possum Van Works and Recreation in Graham, Texas. Nothing but liars and thieves. The good Lord got me out of that situation. And here I am. So, good Lord's been taking care of me. You know that the Blues Brothers, when they say I'm on a mission from God, and the vehicle holds together and everything until the last minute, after it's all done? Yeah, that kind of deal. I don't know if there is, but it's simple. It's real simple. I pay $25 a month to make it simple. 420 JIM. Anybody that goes to 420gym.com, or you just go to Google and type in 420gym and hit search, the petition will pop right up. You just click on the petition. It takes you to change.org. Name, address, and email. Wham, bam, you're on the petition. Rufus, you got to ask them that. Because if you ask anybody that's known me for the 14 years I've been on the road, 11 years I've been on the road, they will tell you that both of the main trolls suckered me to come into their place, their state, you know. And once I did and I left, they couldn't stand the fact that I got all the attention in the town and stuff. It took away from them, and they become trolls after that. Nothing they say are nothing but lies. I mean, it's been proven. You know, they had a lady in Topeka, Kansas assault me and all. Well, now she's on my side. The real question is, why isn't the FBI doing their damn job and if nothing else, charging them with conspiracy? We'll find out, because that's why I got this letter going off to the United States Senator, my federal senator. That's what we got the FBI for. What they're doing is against the law. And just like trying to change the laws on marijuana, maybe I'm going to have these laws changed. Because here's the type people. You want to know about my trolls, okay? You ask why they're doing it? Let me ask you a question. Most people, especially my trolls, know my mom was murdered Christmas Day. Sure was. Now, a week before your mom's death, whether it be murder or not, how would you like to get sent that? How would you like to get sent that? How would your parents like to get sent that? Someone old like me. Yeah, that's the kind of stupid people they are. And if that don't tell you that they're stupid and then they're all just full of shit and lies, nothing will. According to the trolls themselves, it's because of my stupid name change. And you know what? They might be right. When I first contacted my federal senator, they sent me a letter in my dad's name. I called him up and said, "What the hell are you doing? That ain't even me. I can't sign that. You want me to sign something that's not in my name? What, you got a problem with my legal name?" I guess they don't. Because they sent me one in my legal name. But see, I was ready for them, because let me show you something else. For the ones that, my driver's license. Let me show you something else here. See that? That's a judge's seal. The embroidered there, that means this is a certified copy from the courts. That's exactly what that means. You cannot fake that. There's all the signatures. This day, the 8th day of July 2019, my name was changed to 420 Jim. I don't care who likes that. I mean, I appreciate it if you like it. I don't care who dislikes it. It was done legally. It was done by a judge. And I think it's because we've had a corrupt government the last 4 years, and the FBI didn't do nothing but bad things and stuff. And that's why Mr. Trump is changing a lot of the stuff in the FBI. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully we get good people in the FBI. Don Bengino, or whatever his name, a good person. Let him get in contact with me. Let me tell him the story. He'd probably do something. But my biggest thing is, how the hell can we let the United States Post Office participate in a stupid prank like that? It's bad enough they let people send unwanted mail to you. Fake dog shit, fake gay cruises and stuff. That's bad enough. Shouldn't be done through the U.S. mail, I don't think. But this damn sure shouldn't be. And I hope to address this with Mr. Trump or his administration when I get to D.C. Because this should never happen. Thankfully, my mail lady brought it to me and said, look, I couldn't let you open that mailbox and find this. It's not what it says it is. You have to sign for it. Must be some sort of a cruel joke. I knew exactly what it was. I knew exactly what it was. So, that's where my elder abuse petition comes in. I'm 66. And by God, people say, well, why don't you change your phone number? Why should I change my number, my email? Why should I change anything? I'm a United States, I paid my tax. I've done everything. Why don't I have the freedom of everyone else? No, we shouldn't have to put up with people being able to get fake phone numbers to harass you from. This talk to text bullshit, fake numbers, it needs to go. It needs to go. That's going to be another thing that I hope to take up with Mr. Trump. Quit using our damn United States mail to do jokes on people. They've got FedEx, they got UPS, there's other ways they can do it. They do not have to make the United States postal employees participate, because all my employees here in my town, they think this shouldn't happen. But they have to deliver it. They have to, by law. That's their job. But are all of them against it? Oh, yes, they are. So, there's a few people that need to be thrown out of office. Our general postmaster, that won't even contact me back, the one in D.C., his ass needs to go. And while I'm up here in D.C., I'll do a little protest about that, unless they get him changed. But that's what this letter to my federal senators about. But he's a Democrat, and I don't have much hope. Hopefully he's a good Democrat. We'll find out. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But as soon as I found out he was a Democrat, I'm like, so we'll have to see. Oh yeah, they sent a bag of fake dog shit through the mail, which you shouldn't be able to do that, but yeah. Right on. Right on. Right on. That's glad that they did that and deported them and all. I'm not really worried about nobody stealing my ID because, if the trolls are right, I can't even get help. But see, here's the thing, and why they say that. They all along have been spreading these lies, and they got this lady in Topeka, Kansas, all upset at me. She didn't even know me. Far as she knew, I was trying to get these people's wives fired from their job, which is a total lie. They tried to make her think that I abused my dog, which is a total lie. But, you know, people lie. And she did. She hit me with her car in Topeka. She sent them a bunch of stuff that they twisted around and saying that I was a child abuser and stuff. When she finally figured out that they were lying about everything, you know, using her bullshit, this, that, and the other, she come to me. And now she's willing to go to the FBI and everything else and tell the truth. But she literally bumped me with her car. So. But it's all going to come to light. It will all come to light. Well, I think I'm going to take another hit or two. I'll stay on here a few more minutes if people like. Answer a couple more questions. But here in just a little bit, I'm going to have to start getting some things done. Friday's going to creep up on me real quick. It'd be really cool if they get this federal stuff straightened out before I get to D.C. So far as the harassment from the trolls, the fake numbers and all that stuff. I know the marijuana thing is going to take a while, but it sure be nice if they finally get the FBI to do their job. Oh, look, the stupid ones just sent me a message. They like doing this. You have been saying that for years now, and nothing has happened or ever will. See, they can't even stop harassing me while I'm doing my lives. See, I don't do nothing to them, pay attention, whatever, and they're absolutely right. I've been saying stuff for years, and they've done absolutely not a damn thing, and that's going to change. You know, it's got to change. Things in the world are changing. The truth's coming to light. You know what I mean? So I will put it like this. You let that FBI person talk to me, or you let this senator talk to me, or I don't care if you let Mr. Trump talk to me. If they tell me this is the way the world is going to be, and they're doing nothing wrong, nothing illegal, I'm going to ask them, or I'm going to look up their family members, and I'm going to do the same thing to them and their family members for years, like has been done to me, and see how they like it. It should never happen to no one. No one. It's torment, it's torture, fake numbers. When they went to cell phones, because they don't need to have warrants or nothing no more to listen, it's all bullshit. And any one of them, I don't care. If they decide they're not going to help me, they're not going to uphold my rights as a United States citizen, they tell me this is all legal, oh, you damn right, I'm going to do it to every one of them and their family members and see how they like it. It'd take a little doing, but I'll find out when they have deceased people, and I will send them the same freaking things that I get and see how they like it. I will send them thousands of messages, see how they like it. When they change their numbers, I will find that and do it again. I'm that type person. If they don't want to help me legally, and I'm trying every legal means there is, well, if it's that legal, I'm going to start doing it to each and every one of them. And we'll see how quick that law changes. Oh, I'm just fine. Why wouldn't I be okay? You know, that comment makes me think you're one of them trolls. Yeah. See, a lot of people slip up in what they post and what they say and how they say. Which, I'm not calling you troll. Don't get me wrong. But that's exactly the type of stuff. A few things you've said. But that one there, for sure. No, I'm not upset. I'm fine. I'm okay. Not upset at all. I'm just telling you the truth. Not upset at all. I've got nothing but peace and love in my heart. Nothing but peace and love. But I can kick, holler, and scream all the way to D.C. fighting for my rights. And that's all I'm going to do. Now, see, I'm not upset. I'm not one of the stupid people that's going to go do something, you know. No, I'm just going to do it through the laws and the courts. And once I go all the way to the top and they tell me, hey, we're not going to do nothing about this. This is perfectly legal. We encourage this. Well, I'm going to start doing it to their family members and see how long they like it. I mean, why not if it's perfectly legal, right? Because I believe in doing the law and stuff. So, nope, not upset at all. Not upset. Now, have I not been smoking cannabis and stuff? Yeah, I probably could have got upset. But see, I live in a legal state. I'm not upset at all. The only thing I'm not upset about, the only thing that irks me is the stupidity. The stupidity. Anybody, I don't care if it's President Trump, anybody that thinks this is okay to do in our United States mail is stupid, ignorant, and shouldn't be running a country or nothing. Plain and simple. But I don't think Mr. Trump would say this is okay. Maybe he will. Maybe one day I'll get the chance to ask him. Never know. But I think Trump would put an end to that in a heartbeat. I think if we had a real human being in the Postal Service, they would do it. But, hey, like he says, it's probably because of my name. We're going to find out all that this year, though. We are. When I made that statement earlier, like the Blues Brothers and how they kept saying they was on a mission from God, I feel the same way. Man, you can't believe all the things I've been up against. And the good Lord take care of me just like that. My first RV burnt. Here I'm in another one. I would have had this sold on eBay. But someone, which, if it had hurt me, he would have been the first to take credit. I done that. But because the good Lord used the devil and it didn't hurt me, he denies him or any one of his friends done it. I really don't care who done it. It'd be nice for the FBI to, but it really don't matter. Because even the devil himself, God used that day. And it didn't sell on eBay because of the troll. Or because of whoever. Right? I ended up giving it to a veteran because I didn't want to keep paying storage. I was going to be living with my family. Me and my family didn't know in 2 months the house would be sold out from underneath of us during the pandemic. And that they'd have to go back to Arizona and stuff. And I'd have no motorhome or nothing. None of us knew this. I wouldn't have ever thought of selling the motorhome or nothing. But I was retired, coming off the road back then. But because that happened, that veteran I gave his motorhome to, the second time he called me, he says, look, you can get it right back out on the road, continue the mission. It's going to take me a year at least to do that. Come pick it up. The Lord's not done with you. And I did. And here I am again. So that's why they're continuing it. That's why Scott Winslow Albert is continuing it. Guarantee you. He is so upset that one of his friends, either, but it was the good Lord above, ruined that auction. And here I am with the vehicle. You know, the harder they try to do something, the more it blows up in their face. Like I got a message the other day, time for another welfare check. They're not stupid enough to send the cops by me again. They can threaten me with that all they want. They ain't that stupid to do it again. I don't think they're that stupid to do it again. course, the cops have to investigate, and they say all this stupid stuff that they're going to do and whatnot. It's crazy. But they've threatened my grandkids. They threatened my daughter. They threatened me. They can threaten me all they want. But when they threaten my daughter and my grandkids, it's over with. I'm going to make sure that this stuff stops. And if the FBI tells me everything they're doing is perfectly legal, I'm going to start targeting families of the FBI and sending them fake dog shit and all kinds of stuff to see how them and their family members feel about it. Right? Totally legal, right? So, no, you don't get mad. You fight the system with the system. I want to take it as far as I can, and that's what I'm doing right now. And when I reach that far as I can, I actually talk to someone from the FBI and whatnot, and they tell me, this isn't a conspiracy, this isn't it. Fine, I will accept that, and I'll start my own. Terrorize their people for 4 years or more. Like mine says, we'll never give up. So probably never, But if they do declare that stuff's illegal and stuff and do their job like they should, well, of course, I wouldn't have to do that, would I? Oh, they're going to do a welfare check for talking about targeting FBI families. It's not a threat. And I didn't say I'm going to target FBI families. It's not a threat. It's a freaking promise. If the FBI tells me stuff like they're doing is not illegal, not harassing or nothing, cool. I will target or find their family members and send them some stuff. Like, hey, your family members in the FBI but don't think this is illegal. How do you like it? Ha ha. It's not a fucking threat. It's a fucking promise. Yeah, so if you call in your fake check, which you won't do, you can give them my exact words. Not a threat. I don't threaten no one. That's why I'm saying it here on this video. It's not a threat. It's a fucking promise. Why didn't you say I'd do it to Trump's family too if he told me it was wrong? Why stop at the FBI? See, that's how stupid these trolls are. And it's cool. They think they get me upset. I'm not. I'm just telling the truth. And if the FBI wants to come by today and take me away, we see your ass in court. We see your ass in court. And hopefully everything will come out and you'll do your jobs. These idiots that think that they're, why would I be messing with my state senator, federal senator and stuff if I wasn't 100% on fact of what I say? Just like my thing to them. It spells it out to them. If you tell me this is totally legal and stuff, let me find out who your family members are so I can harass them. Write my complaint. I don't care. If I can't live my life happily, and this is the way we can do it, we can make fake phone numbers and call people constantly and stuff, and we can make fake accounts and harass them and put lies on YouTube and stuff. Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Say, you're going to want to stay on my YouTube channel because it's going to get interesting over the next few months. Really interesting. Well, I don't know if you can sue the company that sends stuff like that. And why is it the company's fault? If it's legal, the company's doing nothing wrong, right? Are they sick, twisted individuals trying to make a buck out of other people's miseries? Yeah. Is it illegal? No. Otherwise, I would. But some of these companies are from China, and good luck suing them. No. They couldn't put it in the United States mail. And see, I'm not saying that they have to stop selling the joke packages. Why can't they use private carriers? Okay, if we didn't have UPS, FedEx, and other private carriers, I would understand. But United States mail, yeah, no, that I don't understand. That I don't understand. My local postman, all of them, postmaster, they don't understand. But by law, they got to deliver it. But they don't understand either. So this is problems that need to be addressed at the federal level. My idiots say that they've sent messages to this senator or something. Woo! That would be a big mistake, because it'd just prove that I'm saying to the senators and stuff. I hope they're really that stupid. I really hope that they're that stupid. They did that to Topeka, Kansas police. And that opened up a really big lawsuit against that city that I'm going to file today. Because they wouldn't talk to me. Detectives, nobody would talk to me. But I got proof where they entertained the idiots and listened to them, along with the lady that hit me with her car and all, that are going to be called into court. And we'll see who's laughing at the end of next year, which this year at Topeka, Kansas. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that lawsuit. Really good. I'm looking forward to that lawsuit. That one will probably be the one that buys my family a house, I hope. Just got to find a lawyer that will take the case. And if I don't, I'll find me a paralegal and file it myself. Well, oh heck, we've hit the 2-hour mark. About time for me to get out of here in a minute. Any last questions, comments, or concerns? I need to start getting a couple things done. I thought my writer would show up by now, but she's not here yet. But that won't stop me from what I've got to do today. I want to get my canopy put outside, my table and my markers and stuff, and let people come by and tag the motorhome if they want to. Today, tomorrow, and the next day. Facebook, you can find me there. I don't do any lives on Facebook really anymore because they don't save the videos. I moved them over here to YouTube. You're more than welcome. I'm going to try and do one at 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for now. That may change in a few weeks or a month, depending on where I'm at. If it does, I'll notify people that like or dislike. Please give the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you believe in the mission, no one belongs in jail for weed, go to my website, 420jim.com. Click on the petition. Let's help get them prisoners out. Let's get it out of a class 1 and class 2 narcotic. It's real easy to say it won't happen. And as long as your signature and your friend's signature is not on it, it won't happen. So help these prisoners out. Put your signature. Help yourself out if you like your gun rights. If you believe no one belongs in jail just for a weed charge, and that you as a United States citizen, whether you want to carry one or not, have the right to bear arms, you need to sign that petition. You really need to sign that petition. Oh, another stupid message. Calling the sheriff department about your threats. Let it be known, and I'm sure all y'all know, I've made not one threat to no one. And everything I said is a promise. It's not a threat. It's what I'm going to do over this next year. But it shows you the mentality of the people that try to mess with me. And I bet you there ain't no sheriff going to show up today. There ain't no sheriff going to show up today. It's just their bullshit. No, it's not kids. It's not kids. Scott Winslow Albert, He's in his late 40s. They're either in their 40s or maybe early 50s. Scott Winslow Albert, Kokomo, Indiana area. Steve Sprague, Rochester, New Hampshire. Oh, I know exactly who they are. Yeah. I know there's Aaron Jones, and there's a couple people in Graham, Texas. Well, we know exactly who they are. And that's why it's a conspiracy. It's more than one. Sadly, it's not kids. Steve Sprague, the main one behind it, he's a grown adult. He did 5 years in prison for setting a house on fire that had a 16-year-old kid inside. Yeah. His ex-wife got a hold of me, spreading a bunch of drama about how he went to prison for beating her up. He says that didn't happen. She says it did. I don't care. That's them. He did check forgery. Something to do with marrying his cousin or whatever. And it's shit that I really don't care about. But there's a lot of shit that I could look up and put on the internet and stuff if I wanted to. But see, I'm not like them. I've tried my best to give them forgiveness. Okay? And the two main trolls that were worse than these people, they both come forward and apologized. The trucker that just started doing it out of fun and carried things way out of hand, okay? He not only apologized to me, he apologized to all the people on Facebook and sent me $600 to get me home. He's willing to go to the FBI, the courts and stuff and say his part. And he does agree that it was a conspiracy. Rhonda from Topeka, same thing. They lied to her, told her a bunch of lies to get her after me. Yeah. Now she's come forward. She knows she's going to have to testify in Topeka and all that and stuff. And all that bullshit that happened to me in Topeka, where they changed my name on the police report and stuff. They're going to get their ass sued over that. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Out of the half dozen people that are doing it, see, 2 or more is a conspiracy. 2 of the biggest ones. I mean, they just repeat the same old stupid shit and do the same old stupid things that Bryson used to do. You know, I want to honestly believe that Bryson ain't in it no more, but man, he checks my profile on TikTok a lot. I take screenshots. Every time he checks it, it shows up, you know, Bryson checked it, whatever. You know, but see, the trolls, they lie. They tried to tell me Rhonda joined their group back and she didn't, you know, so you can't believe them for nothing. No. Well, I think things are going to all come to light this year. Or I'm going to take out my stress by sending out a bunch of letters and packages to random people. Well, not random. I'll make sure that it's, you know, senators, families, whatever, you know, just like me. There's no reason I should be getting this bullshit. And I'll see how they like reporting it and nothing happened, you know. Maybe they have stupid names. I don't know. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I think once they realize that I'm 1,000% serious, maybe they look into changing laws or upholding the laws that are on the books. Harassment through mail is illegal. Can't get the United States Post Office guy to do anything for me. Not the fact that they try and use stupid stuff like cremated remains on the anniversary of a loved one's death. You're not allowed to, you look it up. It's against federal law to harass someone by mail. If that ain't harassment, I'll kiss your ass. You know, so I just need people to uphold the laws that are in place. The last stupid message, they won't do a thing, I promise. And that's the only reason I read that message. See, I get that time after time after time, and it's because of your stupid name change. Nobody's going to do nothing. When someone tells me I can't do something, I love it. I love it. I take it as a challenge. I love to prove people wrong. This is one time that I'd really love to prove someone wrong. And we'll see how long it takes. But I think this is the year. I'm pretty sure this is the year. Well, last chance for questions, comments, or concerns. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make me a late breakfast and put my canopy up, put my little notice on the internet to my community. They can come by and tag the cannabis. Get the day started. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Join me back here at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. For those that are not on Mountain Standard Time, right here and now it's 10 o'clock. So whatever time it is at your place, you can figure it out there. But I'll be back at 7 o'clock my time, about 9 hours from now. Please join me then. If anything was to happen, sheriff show up or anything, which I'm sure they're not, of course I'll go live till this evening. It's all about peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and if we try, folks, we can all get along. My dogs Jack and Lulu love you, I love you, and Jesus loves you. Never forget that. Peace out. Hope to see you down the road. Remember, April 1st, we're going to resume the 420 gym tour, final journey. Peace out.